Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot catch a break right now with the serious topics. I got alerted to this by quite a few different amount of accounts I follow on Twitter, because I follow a lot of, VTubers, stuff like that, and this is where mostly my content seems to be going right now. Anyway, and I saw something tweeted from someone that got me curious of not putting someone on blast about mental health, and I was like, oh no, this isn't it, chief. So I started scrolling around, and then I realized I went on my For You page on Twitter, and then I saw what everyone was talking about, and I was like, okay, right, I can't not cover this. This is bad. Now I'm gonna show the tweet, but I'm not gonna show like the content of the tweet, because I would be as bad as said person that's done this. In a way, I get what they're saying in the tweet that I will show in a second, but you cannot fucking do that to someone, particularly if they've... Okay, yeah, trauma dumping is bad to someone, but you can't, then put them on blast on Twitter, because if, God forbid, that person sees the tweet and sees the comments, although the comments are against them anyway, that it could lead to far worse things happening. Far, far worse things. So this is what today's video is talking about. Because this is just dumb. I hope you guys enjoy this, and please, for the love of Christ, 1, don't do this, and 2, don't send hate to said person. Please. I appreciate it. So as I said at the beginning of the video, I was just scrolling through Twitter when I saw a reply, but it wasn't technically replying to the tweet. It was kind of on someone's account, and it was like, I might not be a psychiatrist or a doctor, but I sure as hell wouldn't put someone on blast if they came to my DMs asking me for help. And I was like, huh, interesting. So I was looking around, and then I went to my For You page, and that's when I saw the tweet, and I was like, oh, right, okay, that's a problem. I'm going to show the tweet in a second, but basically, they were trying to say, 1, I'm not a doctor, and 2, don't trauma dump on someone. But I was like, yeah, you can say that, but, you can't fucking and put it on social media for people to see. And the worst thing is they didn't block out their name either, which I will do. I'm going to block the whole tweet, because I don't want to read it, because it's not fair to the guy, and it also will probably trigger me as well, considering I have actually read through it already, and it does bring back some bad things for me as well. But you can't, do what you've done. The tweet reads, by the way, streamers are not your fucking therapists. And 3.7 million people have seen this, by the way. This isn't a small thing. A lot of people have seen this. And I've seen from the comments, it's kind of like 50-50 that they're being blamed, and that they shouldn't have done it the way, they shouldn't have handled it the way they handled it. As one of the comments here says, true, and this level of venting really belongs with a professional. But also putting on blast with their username showing is kind of fucked. Especially considering what they said. If they see you putting this out there and something happens, I don't know, man. Not cool. And the response to that is what's not cool is them, a random person who has come to my stream a handful of times, joining my server to add me, and this being their first DM. We're not close, we're not friends. This kind of thing belongs to their doctor, not me. And it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of understand that, but you can't, 1, put it on the internet, like this, without blocking out their name, and even then, that's still just being a cunt. I'm not going to lie to you. And 2, then trying to double down, in a way. Because there are a lot of comments in here on the tweet itself that are, most of them are against the person that's done this. Like, I don't know who they are, by the way. But, like, and what makes it really odd to me is, as someone pointed out in one of the comments, is that they also donated to a mental health charity. Now, I'm not saying... Now, that's a good thing that they've done that. But it's kind of weird that they've done that, but then done the opposite of what they've donated to and put someone on blast. I don't really understand the circumstances behind it, but that's just, like, from everything I've seen, that's just completely a fucked thing to do, and that's not fair to the guy. You know, it's unfair on the guy. Now, as I said, do not send hate to the person that put the tweet out. I also don't really understand the full context behind it, but from what I've seen, they're in the wrong, and the other person's in the wrong, I guess. Because, I guess, yeah, trauma dumping on someone isn't a good idea, particularly if they have suffered trauma themselves, because it could trigger them to have an attack, or bring up bad memories for said person. But at the same time, you've also got to cut the other person some slack, because judging from what I've seen from the messages, which again I'm not showing due to out of respect, and, you know, because of my own trauma, the fact is that the person looks like they had no one else to turn to, so they thought they'd turn to someone, you know, that they look up to, which in the case was the streamer. And I can understand that. And I've always said to, like, people I know and that, if you ever need anything, or you just want to vent, please do. And that stands open to you guys as well, is if you need something, you can hit me up on Twitter, like Twitter DMs, and just fire away what you need to. Because I'll listen, and I will try to help where I can, but I will also recommend what needs to be done. But as I say, please do not send hate to the person, because it's not fair on them. As much as they've done this, all I can really hope is that they don't do this again and they grow from it, because this ain't it, chief. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys on the next one.